YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm back. Hyrox was dope. I really had a great time doing it. It was a lot harder than I expected. Hyrox is truly a runner's race. Like, it is a lot more running than I expected. I knew that it was like 0.6 miles after every single thing, but when you actually do it, it's truly a runner's race. Like, you need to be a lot more conditioned. The stations really weren't that hard. It was really just the running that was killing me. So it was good to really try it, do it, and then now I know what to expect. So I'm excited to do more. When I got done with it, I was like, man, I don't know if I'll do another one of those, but I definitely see myself doing more Hyrox and then not marathons and half marathons. Like, I would much rather do Hyrox. I think it was a lot more fun, and I like that it's a lot more competition as well. So that was great. Right now I'm headed to a concrete project that I'm doing right now. A guy contacted me and he wanted to basically have a 2-slot concrete slab in his backyard for his trailer in one of his cars, and then also an area so he can park his four-wheelers. So I have my crew over there doing some work on that project right now. This isn't the main crew I use, and I'm honestly kind of pissed that I went with them because their communication isn't great. One thing about business, you have to have a lot of good communication, and when you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. So to give you an example, so the first day, they're running a little late. He has a tire go out on his trailer. So I'm like, all right, they're like 2-3 hours late. I was like, all right, whatever, tire goes out on the trailer, things like that happen. Next day he's late by 2 hours. I was like, all right, brother, like, this is the problem. You cannot be late. And now I'm thinking like the day before. Now I'm like, I can't even believe you, because now you were late this day. Didn't show up the next day. So like, they're coming and they're doing the work. But like I said, this isn't my main crew. They're busy right now. I have them on another job, so I'm using basically my secondary guys, and it kind of is annoying because this falls on me. The client contacted me for the job. I'm having them do the job. I'm having my crew do the job. So this all falls back on me. So it's like, y'all showing up late and not doing what I'm saying that we're doing is hurting me in the end, right? There's neighbors that want jobs to be done, and they're looking at this job being done, and they're like, wow, this is taking way too long, and what's going on, right? Now the client talking to the neighbors, he's like, I don't know if you want to hire him, this and that. So it's a bad look. And I say all this to say, you really got to make sure when you're doing business that, one, you put the right people, because it's good to delegate, but it's one, you got to always make sure that you are putting the right people in place to where you can be successful, because at the end of the day, it's going to look bad on you, and it looks bad on me, right? So I have to go back to the drawing board, and I need to make sure, the people that I'm working with are basically representing me in the best way possible. So it's kind of annoying, but I'm headed there right now to the job site. We should be finished with the rebar today, and then we'll pour the concrete in the morning, and then we'll be done. This is a stamped concrete project, so we're going to pour it, and then we got to come the next day and we got to spray some things over it as well, to secure it after we pour it. So probably another day or two on this job. It definitely went longer than it was supposed to, but I'm grateful for the job, grateful for the work. I'm just ready to get this client exactly what they wanted, so we can move on and we can go to bigger and better things. But I'm headed there right now. We'll be there shortly, and then I'll show you guys kind of the progress that we've made. And then one reason I've actually moved towards concrete and roofing is also one thing we're specializing in, but we're really focusing on concrete, roofing, and new builds. And that is because the renovations are good, and I'm still going to take on a few renovation jobs. I actually have one that I'm going to be doing for a friend of mine starting next week. But one really good reason is because we're able to get in, do the work, and get out. Obviously, this project is taking a little longer than expected, but I like the projects where you're able to get in a few days, you do the work, you get paid, right? The renovations and things usually take a lot longer, and we're focusing also on new builds, right? New builds obviously take longer, but that's where I ultimately want to be, is developing a lot more. So I have 2 developments that I'm starting very soon. I'm just getting a couple more quotes and a couple more bids on a few things, framing, HVAC, and a little bit of plumbing, so I can really get together an exact price per square foot, and then I can start those builds. So we already have the land ready to go. We already have the plans ready to go. Now I'm just getting the quotes on that. So I have a lot of things going on right now, a lot of projects that are kicking off, that are starting, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. But at the same time, I'm really honing in on, okay, I need to make sure that I'm putting the right people in place and that I'm doing this effectively and efficiently. is the biggest thing. I'm grateful for all the work, like I said, but at the same time, you got to make sure you're doing it well. And you got to make sure you're doing it at the right standards. So just excited for the future and what we have going. I'm glad I was able to niche some things down and really go through the process and understand. But it's all a process of figuring it out, right? There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be things that pop up, but you have to be a problem solver being an entrepreneur. You cannot sit around and wait. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be efficient in problem solving, because there's always going to be a problem. You just have to be able to solve it and come up with ways to make that happen. So we're going to continue to move forward, and then we'll continue to work on projects and get better and better as time goes on. But I'm just super grateful and continue to bring you guys along. I was so busy this past week when we started the project. I wanted to YouTube a lot more of the things going forward, but I recently started getting back on my short form. So I'm trying to find basically the medium of really recording short form and then getting back on my long form as well. I focused on my YouTube a lot recently, and I want to make sure I'm doing both, because you can't just do one or the other. You really have to, especially with social media. And with me, I have management, I do brand deals. I'm trying to eventually get out of that. But for my social media, my presence, I need to always show people, well, not need, but I like to be able to show people what I'm doing, because you never know where your next client is going to come from. And a lot of times that helps me, and that's where I get my clientele, right, is social media. So I need to show people the good projects we're doing, the new things that I'm doing, the new builds, the concrete, just my day in the lives, right? Just showing people what I am doing so they can be on the same page. So if they see something that I'm doing they need help with, and they need me to do a job for them or whatever it is, they know what I'm doing and they can be connected. And I just love social media in general. Like, I love being able to create and give people that inside look on just what I'm doing in my life and things like that. So I'm super grateful to be in a position, but right now I'm trying to just find that medium of, okay, making sure that I get the long form and I also get the short form. So right now I'm kind of seeing, like, on my DJI, I'm really going to focus on the YouTube content, just because it's so easy to carry it around, talk to the camera like this. And then my Sony, I'm going to use my camera more so for my short form. So just trying to find that medium and be able to push the content out to you guys and make sure that it's good and I'm getting back on track. So I've got a lot of content that I'm going to be posting on my Instagram coming soon. I'm going to get back on my YouTube. I got 2 videos that I got to post right now on my YouTube, so I'm a little behind, but trying to make sure I'm staying consistent in everything I'm doing, because as I get busier with the business, I want to make sure that I'm not neglecting other things that help me be successful, and that I'm also successful in, that I also get income from at the main as well. So that's like the main point. So it's all about delegating, and it's all about making sure that you prioritize the right things. So that's one thing that I have done well in the past at times, and it's times that I've fallen off on that as well. So just making sure that I find that balance and I'm doing it the right way. So just want to take you guys along and let you guys see the positives and the bad things. Like, like this concrete job, like, I'm praying that we can continue and this goes well, but I'm gonna keep updating you guys on what's going on with this and just life in general. So we're about to be here, and I'll show you guys what we've done so far and just kind of update you guys on that. So appreciate everybody tapping into the YouTube so far. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. I'm looking forward to continue to grow and just continue to show you guys what I do. So let's get it. Peace. So as you can see, we framed up the area that is going to be all concrete. This is where the 2-car is. He wanted to back it up to his shed right here, and then he wanted this like sidewalk area as well. So we still got some work to do. They're laying a rebar down right now, finishing that up. We had to fill in a little bit of gravel, and then we should be ready to pour here soon. I know we have to add some more gravel and then probably a little bit more rebar, but it's looking all right so far. So we are finally pouring today. We're back at the concrete job. Right now they're mixing up the color in the concrete, and we're gonna let it roll over a little bit so the color can mix in. That's what he's doing right now. That's what I'm about to show you. And then once that mixes in, we're gonna start pouring, laying it, and then we're gonna start stamping it. So We got a busy day ahead, but we're gonna get this done today, get it knocked out, and we're gonna make it happen. So let's get it. Got all the concrete laid, honestly faster than I expected. It's already 1 o'clock, but that took like 3 hours to get everything laid down, taken care of. Now we're just smoothing it out, and we're gonna stamp it as well. So this is a stamped concrete project, but with stamped concrete, you let it dry for about an hour, and then you start stamping it. So that's what the guys are doing right now, stamping it up, and then just flatten it out a little bit more. This is actually my first time doing a colored concrete, as you can see. So this obviously isn't the usual concrete color, but I really like it. I feel like it looks a lot smoother whenever you lay it, and it's different. So I really like that the customer picked something different, and I think it pops. I think it looks really good in the backyard, and it's not basic. So we're here finishing up. Probably take us like another hour or so, and then we're gonna get on the road. So great project. I'm excited to see how it looks when it's finished, when we take all the forms off, and it's going to be a finished product. So it's been a great day, and it's going to continue to be a great day. So I'm blessed. This project went well. You just never know sometimes with projects like this. Like if you don't set forms right, if the concrete is too watery, if it rains, there's a lot of things that can happen with concrete that can really screw you up and mess up the whole gig. So I'm blessed that this went smooth, but it's not over yet, so let's finish it up.